Hey there, I'm Rena, owner and designer at the Rustic Horseshoe. In this quick tutorial, I'm going to show you how to apply eyelashes and go over some of the different options that you have for eyelashes. I love adding eyelids, and the eyelashes are just icing on the cake, and a lot of people ask questions about them, so let's dive in. Okay, we're going to apply the eyelids. First, you need to decide how you want your eyelids on your dragon, because how you place them is going to really determine the expression of your dragon, whether it's more wide-eyed and open, angry looking dragon, or just kind of their dragon. So really play with it, find the angle and look that you like best, and then proceed. So I'm going to put mine like that, but first I want to add eyelashes to my dragon. So I'm going to show you how I do that. These are just fake eyelashes from the drugstore that are meant for people. So I figure out where I want my eyelid placement, and then I stick the eyelash strip onto the eye, but the glue on the eyelash strip is not going to hold it in place. That's just holding it temporarily. And I put them on both eyes before I secure them down, just to make sure that they're lined up properly, and if I don't need to move them around at all. So you make sure that they're lined straight across, that they match, and you're happy with them. Then I place the eyelids on top just to make sure that everything is lined up properly. Looks like it is. Okay, I use super glue. I use a gel so it doesn't run. And you can also use hot glue if you want, just be very careful, it's a small bead. But you don't ever have to touch the hot or super glue doing it this way. So you put a bead of super glue along the strip, or the top binding strip on the eyelash. Then you put your eyelid over top of it so that the fold is sitting on the glue on top of the eyelash strip. You pin it in place and let it hold for a minute, make sure it's going to dry. Now I didn't go crazy with the glue, it's just enough to hold everything in place. And then we're going to ladder stitch around the curve. I like to use a curved needle for this, it just makes things a little easier. You can use a straight needle. Double your thread by folding it in half, and you have a loop on one end, and you thread both cut ends into the eye of the needle. Enter the needle into the eyelid and then through the loop on the thread just to secure it the same way that I've instructed for ladder stitching, because this is a ladder stitch. And then ladder stitch around the curved edge, but when you insert your needle into the eyelid, make sure that you're inserting it above the seam on the eyelid so that when you pull it down, you're actually hiding the seam on the eyelid where it was sewn together. And so you'll only have the seam where you're attaching it by the ladder stitch rather than where it was sewn by machine as well. When you reach the end, make sure you get the very corner so you have it pulled down tightly, and then secure the thread like you've done on all the other ladder stitches. Tuck that tail of the thread into the head of the dragon. Pull it snug and trim the thread away. Repeat that with the other eyelash or eyelid and lashes. And you can see how it's all there. And there our dragon has some cute eyelids. Gives for a great expression.